So now we're going to look at finding the odds for or the odds against an event. This is a concept that is generally, or sometimes, not all the time, misunderstood by first-time probability and statistics students. What I want you to understand is that when you find the probability of something, you are not finding the odds. You use the probability values to find the odds for or against. So the actual odds against an event are the ratio of the probability that the event does not happen over the probability the event does happen. Okay, it's the ratio of two different probability values. So if we write that in the form beta A or B colon A, those two values should have no integers as common factors. When we're finding the odds in favor of event A, then we will find that reciprocal. If the odds against were B to A, the odds for are A to B. So odds in favor is the probability that the event does occur over the probability the event does not occur. And then we also have a formula for the payoff odds against event A. That represents the ratio of the net profit to the amount bet. So remember, this colon indicates a ratio. So it's like having a division bar there in the middle. Net profit divided by amount bet is equal to the payoff odds against event A. Example, Susie plays tic-tac-toe with her brother and has won the game 7 out of the last 10 times they played. Based on her winning record, what could we expect to happen if Susie plays her brother one game of tic-tac-toe? So, the probability of Susie winning. So the probability of a win for Susie. Well, she's won 7 out of 10 games, so the probability that she wins the next one is 7/10. What's the probability of her losing? Well, the probability that Susie loses is the complement of winning, so 1 minus 7/10. And so that would be 3/10. Now, we need to find the odds in favor. So odds in favor of Susie winning. So odds in favor, that's the probability that she does win, so the probability she does win, over the probability that she does not win or loses. Okay, now that's two fractions. You can use your calculator to divide those, or a quick review on fractions. If you're doing 7/10 divided by 3/10, you keep the first one, change the sign, flip the last one. So the tens divide out and you end up with 7/3. So the odds in favor of her winning would be 7/3. Now, what are the odds against Susie winning? Well, we know the odds in favor, so we could take the reciprocal of that. And there's the odds against her winning. Now, let's actually do the work for that so you can compare the two. So odds against would be the probability that she does not win over the probability that she does win, and the tens are going to cancel and leave us with 3/7. So that's the work that supports the 3/7 ratio that we got from finding the reciprocal of our answer in C. Now notice that the denominator in probability is the total games played here. The denominator in the two probability problems, A and B, are the total games played. The total is not represented in odds unless you add the first number and second number in the ratio together. So look at C and D. In our answer, we do not have the total number of games played. But if we add our two numbers together, 3 and 7, then we get the total number of games played. So that's one way to check yourself to make sure that you didn't just find the probability and then decided you were done. Add the two values together. If you get the total of items that you have to choose from, then you're done. Okay, so another example, if you bet $5 on the number 13 in roulette, your probability of winning is 1/38, and the payoff odds are given by the casino as 35-1, meaning for every dollar you bet, and if you win, they'll pay you 35. So find the actual odds against the outcome of 13. So the actual odds against. Now, they gave you the probability of winning. We need that to find the odds against. So the odds against would be the probability of not winning over the probability that you do win. Well, we know the probability of winning, that's 1/38. They gave us that information. But a little scratch work shows us that the probability of not winning, using the complement rule, would be 1 minus 1/38, or 37/38. So probability of not winning, 37/38. Now we see we have same denominator here on top and bottom, so our denominators will cancel, and that'll leave us with 37-1. So our odds against the outcome of 13 is 37-1. How much net profit would you make if you win by betting on 13? Now, here they're talking about the casino odds, and it says that for every dollar you bet, the casino will pay you 35 if you win. But we're betting $5, so we can multiply 5 times 35, and 5 times 35 is 175. So our net profit would be $175. If the casino were operating just for the fun of it and the payoff odds were changed to match the actual odds against 13, and the actual odds against is what we found in Part A, how much would you win if the outcome were 13? So using the actual odds against, which in Part A was 37-1, that tells us for every dollar we bet, we should actually be getting back $37 if we win. So that would be 5 times 37, and that's 185.